Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic start to your weekend and you're looking forward to the racing that's going to be taking place out at Turffontein and Durbanville. We're going to have the postman tipping out at Turffontein and we're going to have Dullboy tipping out at Durbanville. And don't forget to listen for Lady Leah. She's going to be tipping out at across the card double at Durbanville and Turffontein. So look out for her free tips. So I'm going to hand you over to the postman. It's going to take you through his 9-race program. So here's the postman.
Yeah, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, no matter where in the world you are. Guys, racing comes to us on Saturday, the 1st of October from Turffontein, and we're back at the new course. Some very, very competitive racing, but real month-end racing. Some very good horses coming back from layoffs. A lot of them could be in need of the run. Some average horses that should be fitter, can really reverse a form and can make things pay. Personally, don't get too involved, maybe the Durbanville card is a touch better, but let's go through the card together, guys, and let's have a look. There are 9 races carded for Saturday the 31st, and the first race is due off at midday, 12 o'clock. This is a maiden plate to be run over 1,600 meters. And in the first race, guys, our first selection here is horse number 7, Ignatius. Randall Simon for Johan Janse van Vuren. Last time out, very nice run, finishing second to Quintilian Bay. Did go off at 13 to 10. Has been supported in both its races. I know it's drawn a little wide, but I can't see too much pace here. And I do think that Randall Simons will jump, sit off them, and I think that this one is definitely the one to beat. For second, guys, we have gone for the 3, Gimme a Diamond, Craig Zaki for Joey Summer. Craig was aboard this one last time out, finishing third, 2 lengths behind the chosen one. Craig retains the ride. I see they have thrown blinkers on, so I'm assuming that Craig must have had something to say about that, and certainly has a chance. For third, we've gone for horse number 1. Nice roughie here, Gregor McGregor. This is Jared Penny for Quibus Roo. Last time out under Jared, drawn really wide at this track, was not disgraced, ran on from Stone last and finished just over 3 lengths behind them. To be honest, I will probably watch this one go down. If looking well, I certainly may have a couple places on this horse number 1. For fourth, we have gone for horse number 8, and this is Run for Cover. Ryan Munger for Ashley Fortune. Did have one very good effort over 1,160 meters. Was green, ran on. The additional should suit. Negative, back from a 12-week layoff and may need the run. So first race, not an easy event. We've gone 7, 3, 1 and 8. And again, guys, please just watch betting on first timers. We move on to the second race on the card. This is due off at 12:35, a maiden plate for the girls over 1,600 meters. Guys, please take note, this is the first leg of the bipot, and I think that this is a match race. My first selection here is horse number 4, Intoxicating. Cabela Mazziani for Candice Dawson. Has had 3 decent efforts. Last time out, finishing just over 2 lengths behind Quantum Theory. We know how good that one is. The time before that, finishing 2 lengths to Maharani. We know how good that one is. And if this one wasn't coming back from a 12-week break, I would tell you to put your head down and have a big punt on this. I'm a little more cautious due to the fact that we're taking fitness for granted, but I do think 4 is probably the right one. For second, guys, I have thrown in horse number 1, And this is Nice Move. Again, Randall Simon for Stewie Pettigrew. This last time out finished 4th under Randall, 4 lengths behind Tabby Cat, and I think that's got a chance later on. Randall does retain the ride, and again, back from an 11-week rest. So again, we have to take fitness on trust, but I do think that 1 and 4 are the horses here. For third, I have gone for horse number 6, and this is Gregarious Girl. Runner up in both attempts. Samanga Kamalo gets a ride here. Very, very speedy sort. Nicely drawn at 3. For those that play bipots, if you want to add this one in and take a smaller percentage, please, do so. It's old story. Rather have 20% of something than 100% of nothing. So the fitness is there. This is not coming back from a rest. If this filly sees out the distance, certainly should be there and thereabouts as well. And for fourth, we have thrown in horse number 9, Ponderosa Pine. This also had 1 run. I see Diego de Gavea jumps aboard this one for Mike the Cock. As I said, 1 run, finishing 4th over 1,160 meters. And again, if this is suited and in not need of the outing, certainly can be there and thereabouts. So the second race, guys, we've gone 4, 1, 6, and 9. We move on to the third race. This is the first leg of our place accumulator. This is Joff at 13.10. And a rate of 80 handicap again for the girls to be run over 1,600 meters. On going through the form here, for me, the classy animal is the horse 2, Magical Flight. Has been campaigning against Stronger, and I have made this one our first selection. Is coming back from KZN, Calvin Habib retaining the ride, and again, I know this has disappointed before, but as I said, has been campaigning against Stronger and must be there and thereabouts. For second, we've gone for horse number 8, and this is Angel's Wish. Marco van Rensburg for the Marwing Yard. This won a good race last time out under Mark Kahn. I know we gave it. Ran on really, really well. And again, carrying only 52 on his back, drawn 1. I do think that this one will be finishing when others have cried enough. And again, certainly cannot be left out of your exotics. For third, we have third in horse number 3. And this is Tabby Cat. Samanga Kamalo getting the ride here for the Mark and Adam Azzi. This one has had 3 runs course and distance for 1 and 2 seconds. Must be included. Carrying only 56.5. A big must in all bets. For fourth, we have gone for horse number 7. And this is Nice Ruffy here, Cerulean Dancer. I'm hoping that Phyllis Sunday can get this one up there and hopefully can stay on for one of the minor positions. But a definite inclusion in trifectas and quartets. And as I said, round about 16 or 20 to 1, if this one arrives, certainly make things pay. So the third race, 2, 8, 3, and 7. And I think it's a little more open than the betting suggests. The fourth race on the card, you're at 13.45, over 1,450 meters, is a BSA Sales Cup for 3-year-old fillies. And here I think it's a match race between horses 1 and 2. My first selection here, though, is horse 2, Feather Boa. Randall Simon for Stewie Pettigrew. Form is there for all of us to see. Good second last time out. Moved up, was outrun, and I really think that this is the horse to beat. For second, though, I have thrown in horse number 1, Miss Daisy, and I do think that if you play pick 6s, I do think that those are the 2 to include, and I'm sure you'll get through that event. For third, guys, we've gone for the 3, Kill Shot. This is Caden Brewer for Fani Broncos. Decent effort last time out in a grade 1, finishing just under 4 lengths behind Canadian Summer. And if you, as I said, playing pick sixes for larger perms, throw this one in. Should it arrive, you'll be one of very few to go through. For fourth, guys, we've gone for horse number 4, and this is Simple Muzieni for Mike de Kock. Again, has some fair form behind Miss Daisy and Maharani, but coming back from a 16-week layoff and may have bigger fishes to fry later down the line. So the fourth race, 2, 1, 3, and 4, and I do think it's a match race between the 1 and the 2. We move on to the fifth race on the card, and the fifth race off at 14:20 is another BSA Sales Cup for 3-year-olds over 1450 meters. Guys, I personally think this is the toughest race on the card. We've got horses coming back from layoffs. We've got decent horses drawn in the car park. And I would certainly put here as many as the budget would allow. I know in our jackpot 1, we will probably put 5 or 6 horses. In a very, very tough race, my narrow first selection here is horse number 2, Thunderstone. JP van der Merwe getting the ride here for Roy Magna. Last time out in the grade behind Cousin Casey. We know how good Cousin Casey is. Only finished 4.5 lengths at Grayville. Time before that, 3 lengths to Quantum Theory. This seems a really, really decent sort, and has to be included. If we're looking for negatives, draw 9, rested for 13 weeks. May have bigger fishes to fry later, but certainly cannot be left out of anything. For second, guys, we're throwing in horse number 7, Destiny of Souls. Won maiden last time out, beating Mo Jive. Samanga Kamala retaining the ride for the De Kock yard. Nicely drawn at 5. And again, if the others that are drawn wide are needing run, certainly this one should go pretty close. For third, gone for horse number 14, Unzen. This is Caden Brewer for Robbie Sage. Last time out, we still said that this one was nicely bred. Did not disappoint. I remember opened at 10-1 and was punted in. We got some nice fixed price places earlier on. I do think that the additional ground and offer will suit Unzen much better than its first run. And again, I think this one will be running on when others have cried enough. Nicely drawn at 3, and we'll see how good Unzen is. Maybe a decent little place bet. For fourth, we have gone for horse number 10, and this is Tamarisk Tree. Muzieni for Robbie Sage. Drawn 10 as a negative. However, did win first time out really well, but just under 6 lengths. And again, this could be anything. Must be included. If we're looking at bigger perms, guys, throw in horses 1 as well, and throw in horse 10. We have got horse 10. Throw in horse 11, Breaking Point, Jason Gates. He's not going to go up there to ride and look at the weather. Jason is riding for Preggy Somasundram. We know that Preggy sponsors him, so don't leave that one out. And horse number 1, as I said, include this one in larger perms. Now I got you. Nice form, big negative, drawn 15 out of 15. But for larger perms, throw in. So in the fifth race, we've gone 2, 7, 14, 10, but we're advising you to throw others in as well. The sixth race on the card, due off at 14:55, is a grade 2 top bet Joburg Spring of 1450 meters. And in the sixth race, guys, we found the first of our value bets. And I do think horse number 1, I think if this is round about 3-1 or 28-10, I think this is great value. Calvin Habib for Sean Terry. This ex-Paulie Peter inmate having its first run for the Terry yard. We look at the form here, and I really think that this is a decent bet. This did win this race last year and must be a massive, massive runner. For second, guys, we've thrown in horse number 10. And horse number 10, right at the bottom of the weights. Give me a shot, this 3-year-old filly. Out of Give Me the Green Light, Muzayeni for Mike and Adam Azzi. Has had 2 really decent efforts, winning first time out. Last time out in a feature race, finished second and a half a length behind Gobsmacked. Did have excuse, was switched 100 out, but was running on. And again, certainly can go pretty close here. For third, we have gone for horse number 5. And that is Desert Miracle. Another really, really decent sort. Samanga Kamala for Mike de Kock. I've only put this one third because it's first run back from a 30-week layoff. This ran last in March and is drawn 10 out of 10. I do believe that this one will need the run, and I do think that, again, Mike de Kock is lining this one up for some other races, but is a decent sort. For fourth, we have gone for the 6 year, and this is Supreme Quest, Craig Zaki for Cornet Spiss. Last time out was not a bad effort, finishing 5 lengths behind Follow Me. I think this one will jump with this draw, will sit pretty handy, and maybe good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 6, guys, we have gone 1, 10, 5, and 6. The 7th race on the card, due off at 15:30, is again another grade 2 top bet Mike O'Connor Spring Challenge. This is a 1450 meter event, and again we've got some decent horses here coming back from layoffs, and due to that, my first selection here is horse number 8, and this is William Robertson. William Robertson, Samanga Kamalo, retaining the ride here for Cornet Spiss. Finished second last time out, carrying 62 over this course and distance. And again, I do think that this is well weighted, and I don't think, obviously does not need the run, and on that and that alone, I do believe that this is the horse to beat. For second, guys, I have thrown in horse number 1. And this is Bingwa. Marco van Rensburg gets a ride here for Johan Janse van Vuren. Was not a bad run last time out. 4 lengths behind Forever Mine. I do think it needed the effort. My apologies, needed the run. This is a second run after a rest. If not flat, certainly there and thereabouts. Has got some decent form. For third, we've gone for horse number 11. And this is Mercanto, Cabela Mazziani for Stewie Pettigrew. Finished really, really well last time out behind Swing Upon a Star. At Grayville, I do think the additional ground will suit. Carrying 51. Guys, throw this one in as well. This will not let you down. For fourth, we have gone for horse number 6. And that is After the Rain, Diego de Gavea for Gareth van Zyl. Again, very, very decent sort. I don't believe Gareth will send this one up to Gauteng to have a look at the weather. Nicely drawn at 3. I think this will jump. I think this will be up there. I think the course will suit the way this one will run. And again, will give a decent account of itself. Should not be left out of larger perms. So as I said, race 7, 8, 1, 11, and 6. 8th race of the card, draw off at 16:05, middle stakes over 1800 meters. Again, some decent sorts here, coming back from a rest. So again, just tread a little warily. My first selection here, though, and a narrow first selection, would be horse number 9, Great Affair. Samanga Kamala for Baron Borges, Yvette Vosloo. We know that Samanga's riding well for the stable. This one has some decent form, and I do believe this will be running on when others have cried enough. Carrying only 54 kilos, will give a good account of itself. For second, we have gone to the top of the page, horse number 1, and that is Supreme Dance. Pierre Stradum getting the ride here for Brett Warren. Again, we look there, form is there for all of us to see. Big negative, back from a 13-week layoff. and we are going to take fitness for granted. However, the third horse has come out and won since, and I do think that you cannot leave this one out. For third, we thrown in horse number 6, Elusive Swan. Randall Simon for the Broncos yard. Again, consistent form, has not been too far off them, must be included. Last time out, this one finished 1 3/4 lengths behind Nordic Rebel. Did have excuses, was cramped in the latter stages under Nathan Klink. And again, if getting a clear run, certainly go close. For fourth, we've thrown in horse number 7, Definitely Maybe, JP van der Merwe for Mike de Kock. Again, last time out behind Rain and Holland, 6 lengths. Put Rain and Holland in this race, you wouldn't get a bet. Big negative, coming back from 30-week layoff and drawn 10 out of 10. If you're having a bet on the nose, watch this one go down, but maybe in need of the run. If not, must go close. So in quite an open event, guys, we've gone 9, 1, 6, and 7. Tread warily there. And we move on to the lucky last, due off at 1640, race 9, mid-rated 76 handicap, over 1800 meters. And yeah, guys, we've gone for a second value bet. And we think that horse number 2, Brendan James, is the right one here. Cabello Mazziani for Fani Broncos. Last 2 runs finishing 4th on both occasions. I do think will probably be suited to the 1800 meters. I think this will jump, sit handy, nicely drawn at 4, and certainly worth a small each way touch. For second, guys, we have gone for the 6, and this is Clarkson. Muzieni for Candice Dawson. This one was touched off last time out over 1400 meters behind Never Too Clever. Is a decent sort, and again, if you're taking pick 6s, obviously you throw this one in as well. For third, guys, we have gone for horse number 3, and this is Macbessie, Marco Ferensberg for Corne Spes. Again, nicely drawn at 2. The form is there for all of us to see. This one loves the course, and again, it should give a good account of itself. Guys, for fourth, we've gone for the 7, Iceman Cometh, and this is Samaga Kamala for Joey Somo. Last time out, had no luck in their running under Samanga, finishing only 2.5 lengths behind Call Me Master. Obviously, we're looking for an improved effort here, and if you're taking swingers, trifectas, and quartets, cannot be left out. So race 9, we've gone 2, 6, 3, 7, and we think that the 2 is a decent each way bet, but take swingers and trifectas with all selections. Guys, as I said, a real month-end card. A lot of decent horses coming back from layoffs. A lot of decent horses drawn wide. Tread a little warily. Watch them go down. Don't get too involved. I'm sure there'll be better cards to come. Look after yourselves. Take care. Stevie, back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that input, the postman. You've been in hot form. Top Tipper's been in hot form. And hopefully you can deliver. You've tipped a 9-race program, your Barpot PA, your Jackpot 1 and Jackpot 2, and also your value bets. Race 6, number 1, Big Burn, and race 9, number 2, Brendan James. So hopefully we can steer the guys in the right direction. As I said, guys, Dalboy's tipping out at Durbanville, so don't forget to look at Dalboy's picks. And also, we've got Lady Leah that's doing a free bet across the card double. Top Tippers actually sponsoring her. And she's a lady in the racing industry. And she's been tipping some top stuff for us for a while. And yeah, she's gone live now, so don't forget to look out for her across the card double. So all in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.